you arrive on your back, bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees come open, and maybe you slide the blocks underneath your knees or your thighs to support the opening into the hips. And take your fingers. You're going to press your pointer finger and your thumb together, creating a little dot. You can extend all the other fingers if you'd like. And you're going to put your thumb just below the navel and your pointers just above the pubis. And just let the hands rest down. Let the elbows float by your side. I want to welcome everyone to our practice this morning. My name is Erin. Delighted to welcome back those who've practiced with us before and welcome any new yogis to the practice. Today we are continuing our yogic journey through the chakras. Yesterday we traveled into the Muladhara chakra. That was our pelvic floor, our root. Did a lot of Mula Bandha exercises as we squeezed and engaged the energy down there. Today we're moving slightly up that energetic pole, so to speak, into the next energy wheel, the next chakra, which is our svadhisthana chakra. This is our second chakra, also known as the sacral chakra. And I'll speak a little bit about that in a moment. I just want to give you a chance to feel rooted down through the back body. Feel present in the space that you've created for yourself. So your Svadhisthana chakra, and Svadhisthana in Sanskrit translates to dwelling in the place of self. This is where you find some of your true self energy. And this chakra, this sacred space, helps to inform how we relate to our emotions and therefore to the emotions of others. So it governs a lot of our feelings about self and our relationships to our most sacred loved ones. It also is the energy hub of creativity, of sexual energy. And when you are blocked in this chakra, it can create some issues with addiction, with repressed emotion. It can stifle your creative energy. It can also, on a physical level, cause physical traumas like UTIs or impotence in men, ovarian cysts in women. But when your sacral chakra is balanced, when we inspire the energy to flow freely through this second energy hub, it is the source of creativity, of movement, procreation, desire, pleasure, and strengthening all of the relationships you hold in your life. So you're framing the space with your fingers. Your bladder, your kidneys, your adrenals in the lower back are all encompassed in this energetic hub. And the color is orange. That's why I'm decked out as such today. So as you work in this energy center today, you will address your relationship with yourself and others, and you will discover that you have unlimited creative power. You'll learn how to cultivate a healthy relationship to pleasure because you deserve it, and you'll gain insight into how you're wired, your default reactions, your emotional reactivity, and your deepest emotions. It also is a space in which you can create healthy boundaries for yourself in your relationships with food, with pleasure-seeking substances, and with humans in your life. So as you allow yourself to settle into this space, know that the element of this chakra is water. So just start to envision just a flow of water coming in and out of your body with the breath. Feel the true fluidity of the systems of the body, as if they are floating in the water. Notice the flow of breath as it naturally enters and exits the body, honoring the breath for all of its nourishing and healing properties. In our beginning meditation today, I invite you to repeat these words in your mind or out loud so that you can truly connect with the energy of this chakra. I am a sensory being full of creative potential. I embrace life with passion and enjoy plunging into joy and happiness. My senses are alive, aware, and connected. And I'll repeat that once again, just inviting you to tether to any piece of that really speaks to you right now. And if there's something else, a little bija mantra, a little seed that you like to plant on your own, feel free to craft your own personal intention. I am a sensory being full of creative potential. I embrace life with passion and enjoy plunging into joy and happiness. My senses are alive, aware, and connected. Let those powerful mantras keep you tethered to your practice today, rooted in your seat of creativity, allowing yourself to flow through our practice in a way that feels just right for you. Now we begin to cultivate a deeper sensation of breath. So as you inhale, feeling the origination of the breath deep into the belly, let the belly lift and expand right into the palms. Feeling the breath rise into the ribs, filling up through the heart space in the chest. And then as you exhale, releasing through the chest, softening into the ribs. Feel the belly deflating with the navel sinking back toward the spine, feeling the hips root deeper into the earth. Inhale, breathe slowly, expanding belly, ribs, expanding into the chest. And exhale, soften chest, ribs, and belly. Continue on your own breath journey for 5 more breaths. Maybe you're envisioning a glow of orange in your mind's eye as you inspire this chakra wheel to spin, to glow brighter. Take one more big breath. Beautiful. From here, we draw the knees together, and with the hands on the kneecaps, make some big circles into the hips. Our practice today will be largely a hip opening practice. So notice how it feels in your body. Breathe into any spaces that feel tight, sending compassion and acceptance right into those spaces. And then draw your right knee toward you. Send your left leg long on the mat. And open and close that right knee or the right hip like a butterfly wing. Just gently flapping, maybe even circling, inviting a full range of motion, getting right in there where you need it most. And then we're going to take that right knee across the body, finding a spinal twist. So use the left hand to guide you. Keep both shoulders rooted to the earth. Maybe you turn your head over to the right and take some deep breaths into the spinal column. Big breath in, full breath out. Beautiful. We're going to come back into center and plant that right knee down onto the earth with the right foot inside the left leg. Slide the left heel to the bottom right corner of the mat. Reach up. So it's like you're in a supine tree pose. Reach the arms up to the right corner of the mat, grabbing onto that left wrist and open up through the left side body. You can just spin the left toes over to the right a little bit to enhance the sensation. Remember that we're awakening your awareness and acceptance of pleasure today. So if something feels good, know you are worthy and stay there as long as you want. There's no need to rush out of anything. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. Beautiful. Come back into center. Hug those knees into the chest again. And then extend the right leg long on the mat. Maybe the right hand tethers the hip down as you move into the left hip joint. So with that butterfly motion or with circles. And for those of you who practiced with us yesterday, we did a lot of work into the pelvic floor. So if you want to continue with those Kegel exercises on the exhale, squeezing into the muscles that control the flow of urine, it's okay to continue that. We can layer our practices. Remember that your Muladhara chakra is that which supports the whole chakral system. So we want it really strong and stable. So you're welcome to keep doing that today. All right, we're going to take our spinal twist. So right hand guides the left knee across the body. So the hips lift, the shoulders root. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. Look how beautifully that breath inspires deeper exploration of the twist because we're softening the muscles by trusting. We're just letting it go. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to roll back onto our backs. Bring the left foot inside the right thigh, a little tree leg. Slide all the extremities to the corners, the top and bottom left corners of the mat, and crescent shape over to the left. Beautiful. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. We're going to come back into center. Hug your knees in towards your chest and roll up through a seated position right onto your hands and knees, finding your table position. So if this provokes any discomfort in your knees, you can always bring a blanket underneath the knees so that there's something soft to cushion you. And just start to find some spinal articulation here in your cow and cat. Inhale, sink the belly down toward the earth, squeeze shoulder blades together. And exhale, press the earth away, create some space in the back body. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, sink down, open up. And exhale, tuck. And really start to connect with the movement of the pelvis here. So we're tipping it back, and then we're tucking it under. And right there, as you tuck, give a little squeeze into the pelvic floor if you'd like. Big inhale. Full exhale. Nice. One more breath. And we arrive back at a flat back. As you inhale, extend the right leg behind you, flexing the foot so the heel points up, toe points down. Bend the knee and then start to make big circles into that right hip. And notice as you do that, it causes a little balance disturbance in the body. So be mindful of rooting down through the palms, evenly pressing the earth away. Big breath in. Full breath out. And then step the right foot between the thumbs, coming into a low lunge. These aren't my favorite pants. I'm going to be fussing with them the whole time. I'm not going to lie, but they're orange. All right, so sink deeply into that lunge. Maybe you lift and you lower. And so we're adding flexion into that right side and extension to that left side. You may feel it on one side more than the other. Just be present for whatever it is you're noticing. What a gift it is that the body speaks to us in this language of sensation. Take a big breath in, full breath out. Nice. And then plant the palms down. We're going to come back into a wide-kneed child's pose. So the knees are nice and wide. That helps to open up the hips, sink the hips back toward the heels, melt the heart down to the earth. It's like we're just kissing the earth with our hearts, saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for offering stable ground and fertile soil. Take another big breath in. As you exhale, maybe squeezing into the pelvic floor. And then from here, we're going to make our way back to table position. To do that on the other side, as you inhale, first find that extension in the leg. Establish evenness between the palms. And then bend into that left knee. Make big circles into the left hip. And keep the lower abs really engaged here. Keep the hip stabilizers engaged so that you're just rotating in the hip without tossing your balance off altogether. Nice. And then on the next breath, step your left foot between the hands. Rise up. Hands can just press into the thigh gently, coaxing your way into the deepest stretch. It doesn't have to be your deepest stretch ever, but just whatever your body can offer right now. We're always present for what is rather than wishing for things to be different, right? That's our mindfulness practice, just allowing to be, acknowledging, accepting. And there's nothing passive about that. Really what it's doing is just giving us a chance to detach so we're not being emotionally reactive to it. We can respond to it. We can say, hey, that feels great, or hey, I don't really like how that feels. But we're not getting all fired up. We're not activating the stress response in the body. All right, from here, we're going to bring the hands back down. One more wide-kneed child's pose. Super, super wide. Bring the toe mounts to touch. Sink the hips back. Bringing that glow of orange back into your mind's eye. Keeping your awareness right into that space between the navel and the pubis. Take a big breath in. Squeeze as you exhale. One more big breath. Arrive in your inversion. You're like an upside down V shape. Upside down V. V stands for VAM. That's the Bija mantra, the vibration mantra that we associate with the svadhisthana chakra. So if you like to hum, you can just go VAM, and it causes vibrations deep into that energetic center. So just think every time you arrive in a downward facing dog, an upside down V, just think VAM. VAM is how you spell it, but it rhymes with hum. All right, pedal out, add some movement, chest to thighs, feel nice and fluid through the body. Remember our water element, right? Water is not stagnant. When it is, it breeds mosquitoes. So we want it to move. We want to feel that fluidity. All right, let's start to flow here. As you inhale, lift the hips a little higher to the sky. Come onto the tippy toes and ripple around through the spine like a wave coming into your high plank. And as you exhale, draw the navel up toward the spine. Send the weight into the heels back to downward facing dog. Do that 3 more times, nice and slowly. Inhale, ripple like a wave. Come forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, round and lift. Sending the weight back. Beautiful. Keep going. Just embody that fluidity of a river. Nice. Let's do one more. Beautiful. Once you arrive here in your high plank, release the knees. We're going to bend the elbows and lower all the way down, chaturanga. All right, so we're going to come all the way to the earth. Elbows are hugged in toward the ribs. Press down into the earth. Press the earth away. Lift the heart, baby cobra. Take note of your shoulders here. If there's not a lot of space between the ears and the shoulders, create some space. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, press the earth away. Drive that svadhisthana right into the earth, right there. Feel it connect. And release. Do that 2 more. Root down through your sacral chakra. And last one. We're going to stay right here, either in a baby cobra or full cobra. Feel the rooting. Feel that spinning wheel of orange. Take another big breath. And make your way back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to go through some really nice, slow, deliberate sun salutations, which inspires heat in the whole body, but we're going to add our Anjane Asana, or low lunge, to help really get into those hips. So on the inhale, right heel rises, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, step the right foot through, drop the knee, untuck the toe, inhale, sweep up. As you exhale, frame the front foot, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, root down, rise up, feel your presence here. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift, flat back, hands to shins. Plant the hands, step the right foot back, drop the knee, untuck toes, sweep up. Take as much of a back bend as you'd like. And then we frame the front foot. Step back to high plank, lower down chaturanga with the elbows kissing to the ribs. Press the earth away. Stay low in your cobra. We want to stay rooted through the svadhisthana today. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. And let it go. Beautiful. Inhale, left heel rises. Exhale, step through, drop the knee, untuck toes, low lunge. Sweep up, rise and shine. Exhale, frame the front foot. Right foot joins, forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you'd like or need to rise up to standing. And then hinge at the hips and bow down. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant the hands, left foot back, drop the knee, untuck toes, sweep up, you got it, Anjaneyasana. And then frame the right foot, high plank, lower all the way down. So we're rooting into that second chakral area, press up, back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to go through that once more. Inhale, right heel rises, 3-legged. Right foot steps through. Low lunge, sweep up. Frame the front foot, forward fold. Come to stand, lifting. Exhale, let it go. Halfway lift, hands to shins, back is flat. Plant the hands, right foot back. Drop the knee, untuck toe, low lunge. Frame the foot, high plank. Lower all the way to the earth. Keep the elbows really engaged, pressing back toward the heels. Inhale, lift up, rise through the heart, root through the second chakra, your sacral chakra, and back to downward facing dog. One more on the left side. You've got this. Inhale, left heel. Exhale, low lunge. Sweep up. Frame and step to a forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, let it all go. Halfway lift. Step the left foot back, drop the knee, untuck the toe, low lunge. Sink deep into those hips. Frame the front foot, high plank, lower chaturanga. Lift. Open the heart. Back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. And let it go. As you inhale, right heel rises, three-legged dog. Step the right foot through. Right away, we're coming up into warrior two. So let the left heel melt down. So the left foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. And then rise up. Use the strength of that rooting to lift. All right. I'm going to come check y'all out here. Yeah. So feel where you're rooted. Feel where you can rise. And this is a really beautiful shape to feel empowered, to feel rooted, to really feel inspired, to spiral those hips open, right? Unleash that creative center right here. So feel it. Maybe even bring your hands back just for a moment to make that dedication. Breathe into those hips. Take one more big breath. Begin to straighten the front leg, triangle pose. So send your left hip back, reach forward, and begin to hinge so that you're now stacking the joints, creating this long line of energy, fingertip to fingertip. Breathe in. Breathe out, maybe giving that little pelvic engagement on the out breath. And then slowly start to use those left side obliques. Rise back up. Turn the right toes forward. We're going to come into that shape of empowerment once again. And then start to find our goddess. So heels in just a little bit, toes out. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, bear down. Yes. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bear down. Two more. You've got it. You know where you're feeling it. Breathe right into it. Last one. Beautiful. From here, bring those hands down to the earth and just walk over to frame your right foot coming into your low lunge once again. This time, drop the left knee, untuck the toe, plant your left palm, and start to open up that right hip. So press it away, just like the butterfly wing. And you can even open and close if you want. Open and close. Or you can stay static. Remember, this practice is all about pleasure, connecting to pleasure. So what feels pleasurable to you? We sometimes don't feel like we're worthy of these gifts, and you are so worthy. So really connect with that worthiness right here. And then once you find your edge here, wherever it feels really good to be open, see if you can bend the left knee and maybe, just maybe, wrap around looking for a bind on the left ankle. It's okay to be a maybe. And it's okay to let it go if it's not happening today. We're not holding on to any expectations. We're certainly not judging. We're just present to notice what's available to us today. Take a big breath. And if you have the bind, let it go. We're going to bring both hands down to frame, or to the earth rather. Step back into high plank. Take your time lowering all the way down to chaturanga. Kiss the earth with your heart, then peel it away, rooting down through your sacral chakra. Back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breathe in and let it all go. One more inhale. And release. On the inhale, left heel rises. Step the left foot between the hands and let that right foot melt down, establishing that grounding, that rooting before you press up and rise. Really inspiring that creative potential right here. It always begins with a strong foundation of confidence and courage, and then we let it just, let it blossom. Nothing is in your way right here. So again, feeling the hips just opening up, just unleashing that creativity. Really feeling the sense of abundance in your emotions, gratitude for your relationships. Take another big breath. And then straighten that front leg, reach and extend forward, creating space through both sides of the body. And then find your Trikonasana, your triangle pose. And just try to bring that right shoulder back just a tad so that it aligns with the left shoulder. Nice adjustment. Maybe you gaze up. If that's uncomfortable in your neck, gaze down. Be present for yourself right here. Take one more breath. Gorgeous. We're going to rise back up. This time we're going to bring the left toes in, heels in just a little bit. We're going to interlace fingers behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, as you're squatting down, feel the knuckles press down as well. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, feel everything bearing down. You got it. Tighten and squeeze, breathe. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. You got it. You guys look awesome. Stay right here for just a moment. Maybe moving just a little bit. And then release the bind. Hands come to the earth. Walk real slowly, real deliberately around to frame the left foot. Untuck or drop the right knee, untuck the toes. Right palm to the earth. Left hand to the left knee. Open and close a little bit. Or stay all the way open if that feels delicious in your hips. Remember, we're looking to plunge into joy and happiness here, so we're not looking for pain. And then maybe once you find your edge, see if that bind is accessible to you today. Bend the right knee. Take a bind on the foot, the ankle. Maybe you use a strap or a t-shirt or a towel or something. Really getting deep into that right side hip flexor. Keep lengthening the spine. Breathe. And then release. Like all things, we let it go. Step back to high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Root down, rise up. Really enjoy that connection right there. Back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out. On the next inhale, look to the front of the mat. bend the knees, step or hop, whoop, feet to hands, and then press down, rise up. Find your full potential here as you come all the way up to standing. Float the palms right together at the heart. And just notice the presence of the svadhisthana in your Tadasana. Often in Tadasana, we give so much attention to the feet, to the legs, to the spine lifting, and just see if you can notice the stability of the pelvis, right? When you arrive here, this pose of majesty and presence, do you feel like the pelvis is naturally tipping back or tucking under? Can you find your center? Can you create balance? Maybe it's just gently tucking the lower abs in. Maybe it's engaging into your Mula Bandha, right in your Muladhara chakra, just squeezing into the pelvic floor. Maybe that helps bring stability into your second chakra. For those of us who have had children, this area can be an area that creates a lot of shame for us. Shame not in the sense of regretting having kids, but certainly there's a lot that stays with us long after those kids grow up. And so just reestablish a new relationship with this part of your abdomen and look at it as a gift of creativity and fertility, rather than creating any body shaming. Just learn to love your body. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. See this space as a energetic hub of pleasure, of creativity, all that it offers. Redefine your relationship. Then we're going to begin to move into a little balancing, a little hip stretching. So from your nice, solid, stable Tadasana, mountain pose, you're going to bring your arms by your side. Start to press into your left foot and draw your right knee up towards your chest. And then cross your right ankle over your left thigh, bringing external rotation into that right side hip. You can bring the hands back to the heart, and we're going to start to bend the knees, hinge at the hips, and sit down into a figure 4 shape. For those of you who practiced with us Friday, we use this as a springboard for doing some really fun twists and arm balances. If you want to go back there, go for it. I'm going to stay right here and really focus on inspiring not just the hip stretch, but bringing that energy right up through the Muladhara chakra, right into the Svadhisthana chakra, feeling that engagement in my lower abs. Use that to help bring stability to your pelvis. Take another big breath in. It helps to find a drishti, a focal point somewhere on the earth that's not moving. And then begin to straighten into that left leg again. Cross the right all the way over. So beginning at the groin, the upper thighs, feel yourself squeezing, squeezing, squeezing without rotating, just engaging all the energy right here. This is where all the magic happens, guys. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then we're going to take that right arm under the left arm, crossing at the elbows, looking for our eagle bind. And if you're feeling unsteady, feel free to drop those right toes to the earth. That will not compromise the engagement at all. So squeeze, draw everything, all the attention right into the midline. So you're inspiring all of the chakras to enliven right here. Take a big breath in. And maybe you do a little crunch, bringing elbows to knee. And come back up. And it's okay to fall and wobble. Just have some fun. Try not to take it too seriously. Remember joy and pleasure. Nice. We're going to come right back up and then start to unwind. And right there, there's just such a rush. It's like a release. It's a letting go. And wewe're going to come into our tree pose. So just as we did on our in supine position, we're doing it standing. So you can bring that right foot above or below the knee. You decide, right? Feel the hips spiraling open. Maybe you lift the arms up and maybe you take that crescent shape again. Breathing deeply into the body. Don't lose connection with that breath. One more breath. Nice. And release. And once you release, do what you need to do. Shaky, shaky, dancy, dancy. All right. So we're going to come back, always reestablishing ourselves in our Tadasana, just coming back home where we feel stable, where we feel secure, where we embody solidity, just like a mountain. And once you're feeling fully present, root into your right foot. Start to bring that left knee up towards your chest. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Externally rotate through the hips. Hands to the heart. And start to sit down. Or not. Maybe this is enough for you, just right here. That's plenty. If there's a wall near you and you want to use it to help you balance, go for it. Use what you've got. That's a beautiful advantage of a home practice. We have so many things to help us. Feel free to twist or fly. I'm just focusing on my rooting here. Really engaging into the lower abs. Think pubis to navel. Bright glow of orange. I feel like a big bright glow of orange today. And then slowly start to rise up. Crossing from the groin, upper thighs, wrapping completely around, rooting down if you need some stability support. Squeeze everything together. And then that left arm floats under the right, crossing at the elbows. Create some space. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, maybe you tuck a little bit, elbows to knee. Maybe you lift. Maybe you tuck. Maybe you just stay right where you are. Remember? What brings you joy? What feels playful and fun here? 3 more breaths. Squeeze. And whoosh, right there. Just let it all go. And then we're going to bring that left foot to the right leg, above or below. Again, if you need rooting, then let the toes come down to the earth. But keep inviting the hips to spiral open. And you're pressing foot into leg just as much as the leg presses back into the foot. It's like a mwah, a little kiss. Arms can rise. Maybe finding that lateral flexion once again, opening up the right side body. Soften the shoulders from the ears. Take another breath. And let it go. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful treats. All right, from here, we'll come back to the top of the mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift to a flat back. Plant the hands. Step back into a high plank. And then lift that right leg. Draw the right knee up toward the right wrist. And we're going to settle in for a resting half pigeon. So your pigeon pose may or may not be accessible to today. You can always take pinwheel pigeon. We've done that before, where we bend the knee, bring the right foot up to the thigh, and then bow down. Or you can use one of the blocks or pillows that you invited to the practice to help support the right hip so that your hips are tethered. But you really want to make sure you're evenly rooted across the hips. So look, Ma, no hands. This helps. Get out your jazz hands to make sure that you're stable. You should be feeling it in your right hip. If you're feeling it in your knee or any of the other joints besides your hip, then take a figure 4 on your back or a pinwheel pigeon. All right. Otherwise, Lengthen through the spine. Take a big breath in. And melt down into your resting half pigeon. I am a sensory being full of creative potential. I embrace life with passion and enjoy plunging into joy and happiness. My senses are alive, aware, and connected, and really embody that spirit right here as you open up the hips. Take 3 more breaths. Start to press back into the palms. We're going to swing that left leg around and stack the left shin on top of the right for a double pigeon or a fire log. If you know that that's not happening, then bring the feet together for a butterfly pose. I'm just going to take 2 breaths here as you inhale, root down, lift up, exhale, go ahead and fold. And take two additional breaths here. Noticing where you're feeling sensation. That reminds you that you're alive. And then come on back up. Swing that left leg around. We're going to come into a table position, just enough to give some movement into that right side hip again. And then we're going to press back into a nice strong plank pose. From plank, start to draw your left knee up towards your left wrist. Swing the shin around parallel to the front edge of the mat. Release down. Great space through the hips. Modify as needed. Release maybe a pillow underneath the left hip or come into your pinwheel pigeon, your modified version on this side. And you would bow down. So listen to your body. Take what you need. Really exciting that energy wheel here with attention, with positive thinking. Take a big breath in and exhale, surrender. Surrender to your senses. Surrender to your svadhisthana. Two more big breaths. Then start to press back up. Swing that right leg around. Stacking your fire logs here, stacking the shins or bringing the feet to kiss in your Baddha Konasana. Feel the rooting down through the sit bones. Sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, hinge forward. Inspiring a wealth of sensation right into the hips. So grateful. And then come on back up. This time we're just going to uncross the legs and tick-tock the knees from side to side. And we're going to come on to our backs. You can keep tick-tocking if you want. You can even take a full twist. Really just find any movement here that feels nice. Maybe just rolling around a little bit, feeling where the sacral chakra and the back body roots down to the earth, just right in the sacrum. That pelvic rim, the top of the pelvic rim, just to give it some love here. And then bring the feet together and let the edges of the feet rest back onto the earth, just how we started. Pointer and thumbs connect, creating that diamond shape. Thumbs by the navel, pointer by the pubis. Take a big breath in and exhale, relax. Let yourself be still here. Feel that flow of breath coming in and out. Feel the fluidity of your energy that you cultivated during practice, through movement, through mindfulness, through breath. Maybe you had some creative vision or inspiration or musings during the practice. Maybe you felt a profound sense of love for self and maybe someone else in your life. Feeling that deep, visceral connectivity. I'm going to read your ending meditation. Keeping your attention, your internal gaze focused on your svadhisthana. Envisioning that bright glow of orange. I release the old and welcome the new. I embrace my own fluidity and sensuality. I feel and understand my emotions and express them freely without restraint. I am creative energy flowing in unison with the divine vibration of the universe. I'll read that once more and just connect to whatever words resonate with you most. I release the old and welcome the new. I embrace my own fluidity and sensuality. I feel and understand my emotions and express them freely without restraint. I am creative energy flowing in unison with the divine vibration of the universe. Slowly release the hands to the edges of the knees, draw the knees together, and make your way onto one side into a seedling shape, the position where everything begins anew. It's a rebirth, and you are empowered in your sacral chakra, svadhisthana energy coursing through you, inviting you to flourish today and beyond today, inviting you to go with the flow, to feel creative, to feel connected. Slowly rise up to a comfortable seat. Draw your hands together in prayer at the heart. As always, such an absolute honor to be in your presence, to be in your glow. I'm grateful for each of you for practicing with us today. Namaste. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Erin, and tomorrow we'll be back with moving our way up the chakra wheel. We're going to be in our third chakra, Manipura chakra. It happens to be, I think, my favorite. Real core focused class tomorrow. Wear yellow. That's a little more challenging for me. I'm going to do my best. And ready to have some fun. I'll also let you know that tonight I've got a big Cinco de Mayo class. You're welcome to that, completely free. You can find all the details for that on my website, eatyogadrink.com. And if you have any questions about this practice, let me know. But thank you. Wanted to unmute your microphone or put on